I know what you're gonna say, but Smurfy, life is too busy. Sometimes I just don't have time to play Magic. I've got TV shows to watch. I've got people to hang out with. I've got work to do. Well, don't worry, your boy Smurfy has got it sorted. Today we're going to be playing the AFK version of Magic. You just play your creatures and you attack. We have no interaction. We have no big mana spells. It is literally play your 1 drops, play your 2 drops, swing. So that is what we're going to play. If you want to play Magic but not really play Magic, this is the deck for you. So this hand is a little bit slow, just that 3 of the creatures only have 1 power, but it's still fine. We'll keep this. This is like one of the more grindier hands with the Inspectors. Inspector, I'd say, is probably actually one of the worst 1 drops in the deck, just because you don't really care about drawing more cards, more so than you do just getting something on the board. We're going to lead off with a 2 power creature, because when we swing on turn 2, this isn't going to trigger anyway, so we might as well just get the more power on board first. What's our opponent up to? Black, white. Oh, Esper Senator. That's fine. Definitely want to play the knight next, because then if we swing and they want to trade, that's absolutely fine. We can just put the 1/1 counter on the other knight. This does potentially mean that they could shut this off, but it means we get to trade and put a 1/1 counter on one of our creatures. So our opponent playing some sort of... Never mind. All right then. That was a little bit hasty, but I mean it's ladder. What do you expect? All right, let's see if we can get past turn 2 this time. This hand is pretty good, except the fact we're missing a second land, and we only run like 16 lands or 17. I think it's 16, so we can't keep that. And this hand is much better. We'll keep this. We've got a turn 1 play, and then the turn 2. Maybe we get rid of the rally. Because we don't really want to just go 1 drop into Thalia's Lieutenant or into Rally the Rank, so we do need the 1 drops. If that's the case, then I guess we get rid of Rally. Yeah, that feels bad, but that's what we're going to do. We'll play the Knight on turn 1. Again, just the most power on board first. And then obviously this is more power when you get to swing with it, but that's not the case just yet. So I don't think we want to offer the trade, but we can just swing and see what happens. But I think that's probably a bad idea. Oh, actually, no, we can just use the cleric and stick that on the knight and then swing with the knight that way. Yeah, that works too. So we're going to get in for 3 here, and then next turn we can just lieutenant, and we're going to be getting in for a load of damage. And it looks like our opponent is playing some sort of white weenie deck as well. That sucks because they've just shut off our battalion. So here we could play the Marshal and then swing with both. Then the Boris Elite does risk getting traded into these, but I don't think we want to do that. I think we'll just play the Marshal and swing just with the Cleric. What if we swing just with the Cleric? They're going to make us trade it with the Ginger Brute, I would expect, or the Inspector, obviously. So they would just double block, and then we're just trading a 1/2 for a 2/2, and we're then shutting ourselves off for battalion next turn. And this is then going to get pumped from Thalia's Lieutenant. So I actually think we don't attack here, which kind of sucks, but we're going to be able to go quite tall this game. What on earth is that? When it's the battlefield, look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may reveal an artifact and put it in your hand. And then whenever you cast an artifact, whenever an artifact enters the battlefield, put a 1/1 counter on it. Okay, that's pretty good. So obviously we need to play the monk first here so that it gets the counter. Okay, sweet. So at this point, we pretty much do just attack with both. If they want, they can trade all 3 into this. I think we're okay with. And our opponent's got a Vault Scourge. Wow, okay. Our opponent playing two portable hull is incredibly aggressive against us. I can't imagine there's that much that you can exile with this in the format. Oh wow, okay, fair enough. Volt Scourge now being a 7/7 lifelinker. I don't think we can beat that. I don't think so. Well, we can't attack. See what our opponent's got, but pretty sure if they get like two hits in with the Volt Scourge, it's just game. So they're playing like a similar style deck to us, but instead it's much more artifacts synergy based. Okay, well the Inspector's a reasonable draw as far as things in this deck go. This is why the deck needs removal. I just didn't know what to add, and I just wanted to run it. We'll crack the clue. See what we get. Okay, that's not a bad draw. There's not much that's a good draw at this point. The only way I can really see us win this is if they mess up with their Volt Scourge and they like block the bodyguard, and then we can sack the bodyguard so that this doesn't gain the life. Jesus Christ. Yeah, that deck is pretty sweet. So it goes wide with all the one drops and stuff, but you also go like you get big creatures as well with all the glitters and the smith. We'll just play all of our creatures. Where do we want the 1/1 counter? Probably on the lieutenant and see if we can get the lieutenant as big as the Scourge. I doubt it, but I think that's our best bet. So we can play this turn, or we can wait until next turn and then try and trigger the monk again. Yeah, it doesn't really do anything if we play it this turn. Oh, that's a good point though. If we start attacking with things, we can start potentially getting rid of things like the Ginger Brute and the other Volt Scourge, and then this one will get smaller. If we attack at the moment, we're going to guaranteed lose essentially two creatures. They're going to gain 8. Yeah, maybe we want to wait one more turn. I'm not sure. Well, let's play this first. We're going to select the lieutenant. And just swing with these. I don't think we want to just swing yet. No, we're going to wait an extra turn. Hopefully we'll draw another anthem, like another marshal or another lieutenant. Went into the battlefield, draw 2 cards. Oh wow. This is like a genuine affinity deck then. Okay. Well, this thing is going to get even bigger. Opponent's deck is absolutely awesome. Hopefully they don't draw another. Oh, that might have been a good reason to try and use Dauntless Bodyguard on the Marshal instead, because they're running obviously 4 of the. Well, I assume they're running 4 portable hulls. Portable? Yeah, portable hull. Absolutely love what our opponent is doing here. They're going to swing for 1. Sure. We really need to draw an anthem here. Not quite. It is a human though. So the small marshal, the 1-drop, does create soldiers, so they don't pump the lieutenant, and they also don't get pumped by the lieutenant. Um, I think we just need to wait for one more anthem or something, and then maybe we just swing and go for it. Oh my god, This deck has like a surprising amount of card draw for a affinity style deck. You've got the 2-drop, which then replaces itself. You've got Monito, which draws 2 cards. To be fair, it's a 7 mana 2/2. The Vault Scourge. Why are they attacking with Ginger Brute? Okay, oh, sure. Well, this deck doesn't have haste, so that's not going to do anything for us. Or we're not going to be able to block it, should I say? Yeah, it's not looking great here. But we can use the other bodyguard on the Finalish Marshal. Well, we're dead next turn, so we're going to have to swing 14 in the air plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll just swing and just see what happens. Pretty much all we can do here. All they really need to do is just survive. And they've pretty much got this game, I think. They're blocking with a lot more Ornithopters than I was anticipating. Surely you'd rather lose your Raven Inspectors. Because the Ornithopters are keeping their Bolt Scourge big. So this is 2 power going into what exactly? 3 Raven Inspectors. Oh, okay. So we want to kill that first. Those makes no difference. Oh shit, I was supposed to activate the bodyguards first. Oh dear. Yeah, definitely just lost the game. But we would have died anyway, I think. Yeah. All right, on to the next one. That was an absolutely sweet deck by our opponent. I don't know if that's an official deck, like, or not official, but like a tier deck or something. But it looked really, really sweet. This hand is obviously gonna have to go back. Only 1 lands. That's not good. I don't really think this deck can afford to go down to 5, so we'll keep and we'll just ship something, probably the monk, as we can't cast more than 1 spell in a turn. To be fair, it is one of the better cards if we do draw another land. Yeah, let's get rid of one of the bodyguards. And I guess we could just lead off with the Sentinel and hope that somehow nets us a card sooner or later. Like if our opponent's playing like a blue deck, is blue even still a thing in Historic? Like I could have sworn that blue was supposed to be the best deck. The blue red stuff. What are we gonna do here? I guess bodyguard, keep it alive because our opponents just played tapped Godless Shrine. So if they're playing some sort of mid-range deck with hand disruption, kill spells, the Sentinel here could be really good. What the fuck is that? When it enters the battlefield, mill 2 cards and gain 2 life, and it's a 2/1 Death Toucher. Okay. What on earth is our opponent playing? I guess we just attack. I would rather keep the Senator alive just because we really need to draw some cards. And You know what? I'm sure we'll draw a land next turn. I have no reason to say that, but I'm just going to say that I've decided we're going to draw a land next turn and that this is going to be the best play. I was wrong. uh, well, let's swing and see what happens. Okay. Guess we'll lead off with an elite. And hopefully these three creatures will stay around. Faithless looting, sure. Oh, they're going to pay the one. That's not fun. What the fuck? Jungataxis. Haven't seen that card in a while. So they must be, yeah, they're Reanimator. And they can do it next turn. Jesus Christ. Alright, well, we finally drew another land. A little bit late, but it will do. So we'll play the Elite. And we pretty much just need to get as much power on board at this point. I guess we could play the Marshal. Nah, surely this. Well, this is. I think we play the Cleric and then stick the counter on something. Um, the Sentinel makes the most sense. So now, if they reanimate this, they still have to beat what we have on board, and we don't discard a hand until the end of our next turn. Okay, so we just need to draw a land, and we actually don't. I don't necessarily think we just automatically lose because they still need to answer everything on board. I mean, don't get me wrong, we're in a very, very bad spot. Yeah, I think this is not too bad actually. So we've got 4, 7. Is that just lethal? Yeah, sweet. Opponent had a really cool deck actually. I haven't seen um, the exact reanimated deck. Obviously, there's going to be decks around with Unburial Rights and Faithless Looting. But we managed to get on the board just about enough. They didn't have quite enough removal. So that was lucky for us. Yeah, we'll keep this hand. We could do with one extra 1-drop or another land, but we'll see what happens. 2 Rally the Ranks is a little bit iffy when you don't have enough creatures on board. A shitload of anthems though. We're just gonna lead off with Temple of Deceit. Blue black. That suggests to me it is a reanimator deck again. Don't really want to go turn 2 Rally the Ranks. Is that fine? I guess it adds 2 power to the board, and then next turn yeah, fuck it, we'll do that. We've drawn all of the chaos for going wide, just not enough 1-drops to go wide. Wow, our opponent's drawn really, really slow mana base here. I really want to play 2 1-drops, do we? So let's go Boriseli and Rally the Ranks. We're going to do it pre-combat just because it pumps the Lieutenant anyway. The other consideration is if we play the 3-wood Inspector, we're more likely to keep the Battalion for next turn, whereas if they have removal, then we lose Battalion for a turn. But I think it's fine just to get Rally the Ranks in play. Oh, negate. Fair enough. Opponent does nothing. What are they doing? Should we just give it another go? Oh, okay. 3 mana counter spell with cycling. We get to put them down to like what, 3 now? 3, 6, 9, yeah. Opponent's gonna have to do something other than counter one of our spells a turn. Exile a card from a graveyard. If it was a creature card, gain 3 life. Otherwise, draw a card. They're looking for whatever Wrath they play. Yeah, no idea what they were. Just, I guess, some sort of really slow control deck that just didn't have the right mana base for it. Oh, we are now in, what is this, silver? As you can tell, ladder is not something that I particularly am concerned about. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. As I said, the deck is not particularly competitive. There are versions where you can actually make Mono White Weenie like a decent deck. I've got like a bunch of sideboard cards that you can potentially use. You've got like Elite Spellbinder, which has been doing pretty well in Historic. You've got the Gideons just to diversify your threats against things like Wrath of Gods. You've got more anthems. Mentor if you want to get draw some cards. You've got Replenish. No, you know what? I'm not even going to try and say that. The Marshal, another Marshal. You got Rule of Law for the Tybalt's Trickery decks where they like cast their own spells and counter it. You've also got Skyclave Apparition, and you've got Conclave Tribunal. There are a bunch of cards that you can do. Thalia is obviously another good one. So if you want to make a proper White Weenie deck, you definitely can. If you just want to play a bunch of 1-drops, because sometimes I don't care if I want to lose, I just want to play a bunch of 1-drops and swing and hope for the best, then this deck is an option. If you enjoyed it, please feel free to subscribe. If you didn't, then don't. Other than that, if you want to see any sort of stupid aggro decks, aggro combo decks, red green decks, anything like that, just leave a comment and I'll probably play it if it's on Arena or if it's on Magic Online. I'm not really fussed. But thanks for watching and peace.